I had a friend on Twitter talk to me about Crybaby. They did not care for it very much. And in the end, I want to ask you guys if you felt sorry for Ryo, if you felt sad or empathetic or anything. Like, what were your emotions towards him in the end? Because my friend was saying that they had no reason to feel any pity, sadness, or good or anything toward the character. And I was curious if y'all felt that way.
I definitely was. I have a weakness to that feeling of like loneliness and regret that he has at the end. So it hit me very hard.
I hate to keep relating everything back to Greek tragedy and stuff, but the intent of Greek tragedy and catharsis and the feeling you're supposed to have at the end is a mix of that fear and anger and despising the negative qualities, but also the pity for their struggle. And you're supposed to reach a blend of those at the end of tragedy, because tragedies don't end happy or
what?
With they end with a net
Spoiler alert.
News at 10.
Like you were saying,
Spoilers.
they end with a net loss, and you just have to reconcile the journey you were just taken on. And in the sense of that narrative, Ryo is the protagonist in the sense that he is the one who overcomes something in the end and changes.
Wow. Yeah.
So narratively, I find it satisfying. I can understand if personally you don't, because he sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
He killed everyone.
He's a bad person.
But because I just love that shit, and I also just loved his speech at the end that he gave with the where he's just crying out to Akira. I felt that so hard. Yeah, I loved it. I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I'm also weak in that. Despite him being awful, seeing him alone and crying out for another human presence, it made me feel deeply sad for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even realize that he was working against the thing that he actually wanted most.
Yeah.
And I think that is just tragic. It's just so sad. I want him to be redeemed, but he's irredeemable, it seems.
Yep.
Or is he? I mean, God certainly thought he was irredeemable.
Yeah.
But
Reset theory.
Yeah.
But
let's try again.
It seems like he was coming around. I mean, I've already expressed that I think he's halt. But apart from that, as a character, yeah, I mean, I feel for him throughout the show. And even though he's doing all these heinous things, you have people that want to believe in him. You have him doing, like you said, subconsciously, he's displaying these human characteristics and emotions. And yeah, I just think it's all there. And but I'm glad I came away feeling that way. And that I didn't hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I certainly wouldn't begrudge people who didn't feel sorry for him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And, I think one of the great litmus tests of what truly defines art is that you can come away from it with different interpretations.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely.
And this being so, heavy on that personal interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that I can see, having the life experience that would color your views of the characters in totally different ways, and just make it such that Ryo is an irredeemable piece of garbage to you.
Yeah. Or if you come away with even the message that the show was trying to say was that above all else, empathy is what has value. He did not display that one time until it was too late. So in a sense, he's still the villain. And he did take that away from everyone. So yeah, it is still within the show's message to interpret it that way.
Yeah. You can literally go at the end, wow, too late, and it's valid.
And well, who struggles to show empathy, and I think has to kind of learn it through behavior and teaching, is children.
Yes.
And there's just something about when Ryo is making his final plea to Akira, and he opens his arms wide and said, "Akira, come be with me. We can be together now. You're a demon. Let's go play."
Yeah.
And Akira's just telling him these very serious concerns, no, look what you did. I can't forgive you for this. And but it's like he's not processing it, Ryo. He's not listening to him. He's just got this huge grin on his face, arms wide, and just saying, "Come, Akira," like his mother, said earlier. "Come, Akira, come to me now." And it's like, just seeing him in that childlike way, it just made it hard to hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right in the sense that kids have to be taught empathy.
They do. As a father, it's hard.
Yeah. Because at first they don't have the ability to like project themselves into another situation or like imagine how other people are feeling, and
it's just like abstractly kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you hit your sister and then they hit you and their reaction is like, "Ow, how could you do that?" It's like, well, what do you think just happened? Like, oh, they're feeling that too? Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Doc, basically the lesson for you as a father is make sure your kids learn empathy before they destroy the world.
Basically.
Don't turn out like Ryo, kids.
Don't be like Ryo.
Hey, kids, let's watch Devilman Crybaby as an object lesson.
Oh, God!
And that's the moral of this episode.
Dun.
Cut to 20 years later, Stubbs is divorced and children are in a psych ward. You've been experiencing an excerpt from the Warui Deshou Anime podcast. To get the full episode or any of our full episodes, you can subscribe to us on iTunes, visit our page on SoundCloud, or go to waruidesho.wordpress.com.